Hello friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. We're going to be playing Soul Sisters today. This is a deck that another streamer, Alexandre Weber, has been piloting recently to great success. You can check out his YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description. Really talented player. If you're a fan of Pauper, you probably already know who he is. Alright, so our deck is full of these critters that gain life. The Soul Sisters, plus Suture Priest. And then we have Celestial Unicorn, which is going to grow every time we gain life. And we've also got a whole bunch of flying creatures, so I think that a lot of games have generally been ending through the air, so gaining a bunch of life so the opponent can't finish us off with their own ground army, and then finishing them off with Squadron Hawks and bird tokens. As far as the sideboard goes, we're very well set up versus Affinity with Dust to Dust and Fragmentize. Also Revoke Existence, which can actually also get rid of the indestructible lands. And then we don't have too much when we're fighting against squirrels. We do have Prismatic Strands, but if we manage to land a Suture Priest before the Chatterstorm resolves, then it's actually very difficult for the opponent to beat that, especially if we combine it with a Soul Warden or Soul's Attendant. This hand looks fine, we'll keep it. Oh, sorry to hear that, friend. Kinda don't want to lose the Soul Warden here against their Fairy Seer, because it's kind of how we're going to be growing the Celestial Unicorn. I guess we'll just play Thraben Inspector pass. Looks like they're holding up counter magic. But is it spell? Oh, it might be ninja. Let's see. Okay, so they're putting down ninja, which means we're going to be able to resolve the unicorn. Nerdy Orion, cheers. Alright, so we're going to play the unicorn second main, and next turn we're really hoping for a land on top. Oh, how nice of the opponent. They're equalizing the clock for us. Thanks. I'm a bit of a slow player, so it's nice that they're evening up our resources like that. Look at that unicorn. What a beast. This legendary creature comes down as a 4/3 for 3 mana. And then if we get to next turn, it can grow quite large. The Priest of Ancient Lore is going to grow it by +2/+2. Oh, wow, they're just going to swing in, huh? I mean, block. Ah, mutagenic growth. Was not expecting that. I mean, it could be pretty good versus Lightning Bolt. Stops a bunch of stuff, I guess. Alright, what are we going to get here? I think if we get land, we probably go Battle Screech. Okay, we get Squadron Hawk. I think I'm into Priest of Ancient Lore to draw a card. Okay. Swing in for 1. Pass the turn. Do they have another ninja? Is Fairy Seer back on blocking duty? Okay. So this seems like a ninja. Huh. Would have figured they want to leave that back on blocking duty, but they've probably got more coming down. They could be holding up a Spell Stutter Sprite here, because this would allow them to counter up to a 3. Of course, our good spell here, they're 4s. So maybe we can... Ooh, okay, so that next Fairy Seer changes things. Now their Spell Stutter Sprites can counter 4s. Which is as big as we get. I think they'll just take this. I mean, they could double block, but it doesn't seem like a very good trade for them to lose a fairy. Oh my. Really? Okay. So they counter the Thraben Inspector, which means we get to resolve the Squadron Hawk. Squadron Hawk, the first one is really good. We get to draw 3. Subsequent Squadron Hawks, not as good. Going to be able to start blocking fairies. What are you going to do against this team of hawks? My raptors are going to pick your sprites out of the air. If we can get this Silverflame Ritual to resolve, that's going to look pretty good. Oh wow, that's their 4th Fairy Seer. All the Fae. But you can see how the single Soul Warden has been doing quite a bit of work to keep our life total healthy. Opponents been hitting us in the air with their flying creatures, but we're still well above our starting life total. Now I remember where I saw this deck before. We played against this deck, I guess, on Tuesday. It was the one that was playing the Flying Men. Cool, cool. Swinging with the Priest of Ancient Lore. Oh, they're just going to take the damage. Sweet. If we can get one of these Silverflame Rituals to resolve, we'll be feeling pretty nice. Opponent misses on spell. Excuse me, they miss on instant or sorcery. I think we just take this. I don't think we trade our Hawks. We want to keep the Hawks so we can get this Silverflame to resolve. Give them all, make them all 2s so that they can easily block the opponent's creatures. The problem is those 2 manas sitting up. Looks just like a counterspell. Probably is a counterspell. Do we want to play the 2 Squadron Hawks or go for a Battle Screech? Because even if Screech is countered, we can flash it back. Or we can just lose one of our Hawks. I think I'm into playing Double Hawk this turn. Huh. Interesting concession. Alright, so Thread actually looks pretty good here as just a way to make our creatures to trade against theirs. We got Sunlance. We could bring in Prismatic Strands. Prevent all blue damage. I don't know how great that would honestly be. Gonna want to take out the Bodyguard. Journeys are fine. Squadron Hawk is fine. I like the Silverflame Ritual, but like the Lumithread is kind of doing the same thing. Take out another Suture Priest. These things are really important against Chatterstorm, but I don't think they're that key here. I think that I should probably be looking at Suture Priest as one of the first cards to pull out. This looks fine, we'll keep. Well, opponent has a play. We could lance it, so they can't ninja. Seems like a fair play. No turn to ninja for you. Okay, we're going to play Squadron Hawk here so they can't spell Stutter Sprite. And we have 5 cards in hand, so we'll only get 2 Hawks. Ha, there's the Spell Stutter Sprite. So they're going to have to remove the Squadron Hawk if they want to get a ninja in. We're absolutely going to block that Spell Stutter Sprite. And if they want to throw Mutagenic Growth on it, that's fine. It still doesn't get a ninja. Well, they did tap their mana. Okay, now they have 2 untapped again. Well, I don't have to block the Sprite anymore. I think it's still worth blocking so they don't get more Faeries. Get out of here. Trade 1 for 1. Okay, so we're going to play Secluded Steppe and another Squadron Hawk. We'll go get the last one. Keep our hand at 7 cards. Did opponent mulligan? No, they began the game with 7 cards. Just seems like they don't have a lot at this point. Squadron Hawk does a lot of work. Okay, Fairy Miscreant doing some good work there. Absolutely going to block. Don't want to give them a ninja and let them start tripping the Miscreants. Sure. Okay, so they're going to be holding up Spell Stutter. If we Battle Screech, we don't have a way to make the next set of birds. So I'm thinking we probably play 2 Squadron Hawks. Maybe we go Soul Warden, Thraben Inspector Hawk. All right, pass back. So there's a surprising amount of card advantage in this deck. Priest draws a card, Squadron Hawk draws cards, Thraben Inspector draws cards, Battle Screech is 2 spells. Secluded Steppe draws a card if you can bounce it back to your hand. No blocks this turn. They don't have mana for ninja. I think we just want to go Battle Screech. So we'll tap 3 white creatures and flash it back. Now we got a ton of creatures sitting in the air here. We're just going to pass the turn back. I could attack for 1 here, but I'm just going to leave the Squadron Hawk back. They reveal Echoing Truth. What a draw. Right after we make these birds, they get to return them. That's a very clean answer to our Battle Screech. Oh, and a Gut Shot. They got all the answers. Now they're going to be able to swing in for a bunch of damage thanks to that Delver. We're on the ropes. Do we want to return Radiant Fountain or Secluded Steppe? I feel like we've got a few cards here. Maybe we need the life more than drawing a card. And then we'll have 2 mana after this, so we can go for the Squadron Hawk. Always yes, always yield. Do we attack with Thraben Inspector? It's not going to block anything, so get in there. We're going to block the Spell Stutter Sprite, so they can't return that one for a ninja. Oh, no ninja. Okay. Always yes, always yield. Soul's Attendant. Well, they got 2 mana up and 1 card in hand, so they could have a counterspell. Let's see if they got one. Soul's Attendant. It resolves. Nice. What about a Priest of Ancient Lore? Oh, they got the counterspell for that. Okay. We'll draw a card with our Clue. Another Soul's Attendant, attack with Thraben Inspector, and pass turn. So we're going to take a big hit here. Taking a hit for 6, that's half of our life total. But we're going to be swinging back for a pretty big hit too, as well, while we're gaining life. So it's still a race. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this costs 5. So we can cycle the Secluded Steppe, see what we find. Always yes, always yield. Oh, let's make sure we do that properly. So this says you have to spend 3 white mana, so we'll do it like that. Not that the vigilance actually matters because we don't have any flyers. Looking like the 2 life from Radiant Fountain seems pretty important at this point. Although if they have mutagenic growth, they are going to be able to finish us off. Ooh, Vapor Snag. That puts us to 7. And they have 6 on the battlefield. This also means we do not have lethal next turn. We would have if we kept the Suture Priest. So they might be able to finish this one off, depending on our draw and theirs. We have no blockers. I don't think they need to Alpha Strike. Then again, this makes a lot of sense if they have Ninja. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and that makes it lethal. No, it doesn't because of Soul's Attendant. Ah, I forgot about that. Okay. Sweet. Not dead. So we're heading back up to 6 with the Suture Priest. They have 3, 4, 5, 6 in the air. So we're still dead on board here. Journey to Nowhere. We can get rid of the Delver. We're back in it. Okay, so, I guess we just attack all, then we can block the Ninja. Attack all puts them to 3 unless they block. If they don't block, and they find a way to answer the Suture Priest, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We die to a Vapor Snag. Maybe we're supposed to leave the Thraben Inspector back to block the Ninja. We get attack in for 4. Put them to 5. But then it's not lethal next turn. We're going to need to draw another hit next turn. No, this way, if they Vapor Snag, we can block with the one they don't Vapor Snag. I thought I only had 1 mana left, Rich Davis. But I could absolutely be wrong. That was like minutes ago. Can't be expected to remember everything that happened more than a minute ago. This is one of the reasons why when I play Paper Magic, I take copious notes, going so far as to even make sure that I say who won and who lost each game. Oh, there's the Vapor Snag. We would be dead. And they have the Gut Shot, so we are dead. GG. Let's move on to Game 3. Kind of thinking Prismatic Strands might be better than Suture Priest. It's not something I would consider against a normal blue deck, but opponent's deck is a lot more aggressive than a lot of blue decks we've seen. Keep this. Let's attack in with the Thraben Inspector. They're going to be able to get a Ninja on turn 2 if they have it. But we're looking at a turn 3 Celestial Unicorn with a Soul Sister, which is pretty good. And we also have Journey to Nowhere to get rid of their Ninja. Hey, book. Hello, hello. Ooh, opponent just immediately slams down a Miscreant. So I imagine that means that they're looking for land. Okay, there it is. Oh, lucky. You say you're playing Pauper at your local game store. That's awesome. I love hearing that Pauper's getting support at the local levels. Alright, we're just going to attack with Thraben Inspector now. Want to keep the Soul's Attendant back to continue growing our Unicorn. You got a point there, book. Fortunately, Pauper doesn't cost too much money to invest in, so you can buy your deck. It'll be good for a long time. Oh, Stormbound. We got Journey to Nowhere for that. Not that it can block any of our creatures. So actually, putting Stormbound there, not a great play, I don't think. And attacking. So they have no blocks for us. Okay. That's a surprise to me. Another Journey to Nowhere. So we could play Priest of Ancient Lore and grow our Unicorn twice and draw a card. Or we could play Thraben Inspector, Journey to Nowhere. Our Soul Sister's fun. This is the first time I've ever played the deck. In Pauper, to be fair. I used to play it in Standard a little bit. I liked it in Standard when we had the 2-mana Johnny's Pridemate. Kind of think we just get rid of the Stormbound Geist, even though it can't block any of our creatures. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is attack. I'm just like that. That's right, your creature can't block. And it can't attack either. Daze is not in the format anymore. Daze was banned a while ago now. There does exist foil, but it's very rare to see that. Especially with no Gush. Yes, keep growing my unicorn. No blocks. You got a ninja? No ninja. Secluded Steppe. I think we probably just attack first. I like drawing cards. We got a clue to draw cards too. Let's start with draw card. I'm going to attack with everything except for the Soul's Attendant. Attendant's doing a really good job at growing our unicorn. Don't want to lose it. I think we're just going to draw a card with a clue here. I don't want to throw my priest into their Spellstutter Sprite. House of Mana, hello, hello. Oh, coming in with the attacks. This has got to mean a ninja, right? Still no ninja. I've played Mogwarts a few times. I definitely enjoyed the deck, but it's in a awkward position right now because of the prevalence of Chatterstorm, and the hate cards that are good against Chatterstorm are generally good against Mogwarts as well. They probably have Echoing Truth, Spellstutter Sprite, maybe a Vapor Snag. I'm thinking I want a Battle Screech here so we can get the Soul's Attendant triggers. Yeah, I think that if you're going to play Chatterstorm in paper, you got to have most of the cards already. You're not going to want to go and try and pick these things up and then have the deck be banned so soon after you pick it up. Not a fan of the Chatterstorm, huh? I think it's a really strong deck. I enjoy playing it, but I don't think it belongs in the format. Oh, you have the Six Forest version? Yeah, I know the one. I love that version. What I like about the Caleb Gannon version is let me just decide if I want to Battle Screech into their Echoing Truth. Not really. Let's just pass. The thing I like about the Ganon version is its Galvanic Relays are very, very good. Because you have so few lands in your deck, you're not going to be hitting your lands. You're going to be Galvanic Relay into spells most of the time. Okay, so we got that one by playing patiently. Very nice. Okay, what do we got? So we're on the draw versus the mad. You think it's like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, or are we talking about some Inspector Gadget level nonsense here? We're going to keep this hand. Got first turn Soul's Attendant, second turn Squadron Hawk. Woof. Them's fighting words. Nothing wrong with the Walls deck. Ooh, opponent is going to be mad. How do we play around Searing Blaze? Or do we? Do we just slam Soul's Attendant? I think we just slam Soul's Attendant. We don't worry about the 4 of in their deck that is going to be the perfect counter. We'll just slam it. Ooh, but we get the Benevolent Bodyguard? We're probably supposed to play Bodyguard first then, right? We play Bodyguard, second turn we play Step Soul's Attendant so we can save the Soul's Attendant. And then we can start accumulating life. And this way we don't lose a card to Searing Blaze. And besides, it was myself. I was the one saying that we could ban all the artifact lands. Soul's Warden? Oh, wow. Okay, we play the Soul's Warden and hold the step in hand. I know. An unpopular opinion, book. I think it's been pretty wonderful playing with these lands, but we've got a whole new set of artifact lands we can play with. Don't worry. Wizards doesn't take any ideas from me. If they listened to me even in the slightest, we wouldn't be dealing with Chatterstorm. That would have been banned before it was released. Just ban all non-basic lands. Get out of here. Get out of here, Tron. Ah, there's the Searing Blaze. Makes me feel so smart. And they're going to lightning bolt the other one. Okay. I mean, that's 3 points that is not going to our face. The Searing Blaze still will, but we get to save our Soul Warden. Okay, pro-red. We get land. So we could play Priest of Ancient Lore, or we could play Squadron Hawk. I'm going to play the Squadron Hawk so we can get the Battle Screech off next turn. And we can get all 3. Oh, house? Yes, we keep Darksteel Citadel in my make-believe situation. Absolutely. Keep Darksteel. I should have mentioned that. I think the ATOG ban would tone Affinity down but not destroy it. Yep. A lot of people would agree with you on that. And it would eliminate the combo aspect, just like House is saying, so that it becomes a powerful deck that you have a lot of 4/4s you got to deal with, but you're still able to get through it. So these Battle Screeches aren't nearly as enticing now that we've lost our Soul Wardens. We could Priest of Ancient Lore to draw a card, but that's not very good on our mana. I think we still just Battle Screech, get a bunch of 1/1s out so we can have a clock. I don't know, I think Salamander ban would be weird because you have another card that's basically exactly the same. It's too good for you to have 8 of these cards, but you can have 4. Perilous Research is a really cool option in that deck. Oh, the double Curse of the Pierced Heart, and we have no Soul Sister. Okay. Oh, that's a really good draw. We'll play that and Priest of Ancient Lore. Gain some life. Oh, nice. Okay. So let's see here. We go to 7. If opponent has Fire Blast plus Lightning Bolt, we die. So they need Fire Blast as one of their 2 cards. And their other card has to be a 3 damage spell. It could be double Fire Blast. That would be fine too. They're just passing. They could still have it here. They could just be waiting for the curses to resolve and then go for it. We got to our main step. Let's Battle Screech. Oh, it works. That is so good. Oh, look at all those lives. So many life points. Whew. Okay, beat Burn. I mean, we should be able to beat Burn with this deck, right? It seems like this deck is tailor-made to do exactly that, to beat Burn. Let's bring in Prismatic Strands and probably take out Suture Priest. I don't know, like, Suture Priest is gaining life. We don't want to take out Suture Priest. Could take out Silverflame Ritual, because it costs so much mana, it doesn't gain us life. I want to keep the Benevolent Bodyguards for sure. Journey to Nowhere, I think it's important to keep some of them in here. I wouldn't mind going down to 3 potentially, but I think it's pretty important to be able to get their alchemists. We could even, like, I'm almost considering bringing in Sunlance to make sure we get those alchemists. I mean, Relay puts the deck over the top, right? A Relay deck without Chatterstorm isn't very good, but a Relay deck with Chatterstorm is incredible. I would kind of like Sunlance. I don't think we can really reasonably take anything out. I mean, maybe Sunlance is better than Journey. Sunlance is better than Journey. It kills all their creatures, and it only costs 1 mana instead of 2. And it won't kill our creatures by mistake. Alright, we're going to present with this. I mean, it's not great, but I'm going to keep it. Radiant Fountain, bounce Radiant Fountain. Oh, man, this hand is so awkward. I hope we draw some planes. It can win versus Storm. If we get a Suture Priest onto the battlefield. Come on, planes. Give me a planes off the top, please. Ooh. Opponent's moving fast and our hand is awkward. We're probably going to lose this game. Planes. Okay. So we got the planes. What are we going to do with it? Do we play Squadron Hawk? Or try and just land one of our sisters? Yeah, printing the Storm cards at common was strictly for the draft. And then they thought for like 2 seconds about Pauper. Oh, hey, that means we're going to be putting more Storm cards in Pauper. I'm sure it's fine. No, we just had to deal with it. Deal with the mess. But hopefully they'll fix it soon, clean it up. And thanks a lot for dropping by, Deptoterra. So we're obviously going to return the Radiant Fountain for the for this. The question is, do we play Squadron Hawk or another sister? I think we just slam another sister. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. They're going up to 3. Oh, the Rift Bolts. I forgot about the Rift Bolts. So this is actually going to hurt a lot. This puts us to 7. We could easily just be dead here because of our awkward hand. Three cards in hand, 7 life. We should just be dead here. We're going to have to block with a Soul Warden so we don't go down to 5. The black mana isn't for anything. We're just playing the Karoo land. So maybe we should have just played Squadron Hawk there, if we're going to block anyways. I forgot about the Rift Bolts. Stop. Stop right there, criminal scum. So if we get our turn, I'm thinking... Ooh, maybe we don't get our turn. Is this Fire Blast? It's not. Okay, we get our turn. Ooh, Sunlance. So we go Soul Warden, Squadron Hawk. So we have another blocker. We could go Soul Warden Sunlance, but I like getting the extra life gain from the Squadron Hawk. Yeah, Celestial Unicorn. We're not lucky enough to get a Johnny's Pride mate, but we got something. So this draws 3 cards. Yeah, Warden plus Priest probably would have been better. Gain an extra life, and we have a good blocker for the Lava Runner. Why didn't I do that? No, not Electrickery. The brutality. Puts us down to 6. Do we get another land? Okay. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. We can play Priest, Sunlance, and Soul Warden. Pass the turn. Battle Screech gains 4 life. We might be coming back into this. The Priest of Ancient Lore gains us 2 life. I really wanted to be able to get max. If they have Fire Blast, we're dead regardless. They have it. Good game. Wow. Good game. Yep, Burn is still Burn. Still doing good stuff. Bring in Field for the Electrickery. It's definitely a favorable matchup, yeah. Burn never changes. Benevolent Bodyguard, it saves our Soul Wardens from, but maybe we don't really care about that, saving the Soul Warden. Why don't we play Cop Red? Right? It fits right into the colors. It'd be so easy to play. Yeah, keep this. Inconceivable. Hey there, Donut. Opponent won with 0 permanents, 0 cards in hand. I think that's the perfect way to win. You use all of your resources. Extra points if your opponent still has a full hand. Radiant Fountain, Suture Priest. Choo-choo on the life train. No blocks. Okay, Thermal Alchemist. Hybrid Walls. Bring in the Defenders. So many triggers. Yeah, no blocks. They're scared. Guess we can just crack the clue, get some F6 value. This is going to be able to pick up the Radiant Fountain, gain us more life. Probably want to Battle Screech this turn, just to gain the life. Oh, they kept the Lava Runner back? I guess that makes sense. It wasn't going to get an attack through the Thraben Inspector. They still have 5 cards in hand. I'm wondering if we should play the Screech, because we're playing it into Electrickery. That's kind of what I'm worried about. But can we honestly, like, play scared around that? We get to play the Battle Screech, which puts 4 power on the board, which gives us a clock. Not to mention gaining 8 life. I think we just go for it. Okay, we've already played our land for turn. We're not going to attack. So, pass turn. Simic Sliver Faeries? No. No, can't say I have. I did have a really good time with Sliver's deck before Chatterstorm, though. Splashed blue for the flying Sliver. So we were able to make a big army of creatures and then just slam down this creature that says all of our creatures have flying. They all basically have unblockable. Oh, neat. I mean, Spellstutter Sprite is one hell of a card. Alright, no Electrickery, no Electrickery. Kind of looks like Electrickery, doesn't it? Yep. We could have played around it. We decided we wanted to get greedy, and now we get punished. Well, if opponent wanted to beat us, this is how you do it. We're at 32 life, sure, but they have double Thermal Alchemists, and that is going to do a lot of damage. Alright, let's draw a card. Get a Plains, play Priest of Ancient Lore. Draw a card, get a Plains, and return to the fountain. So we are flooded. Probably for some F6 value. If they tap their alchemists during their turn, and I don't have any creatures for them to block, then they can just F6 through my turn. They got a Rift Bolt incoming. Another Rift Bolt. Still 3 cards in hand. So these Rift Bolts put us to 19. Make that 17 with the Thermal Alchemists. Wow. Yeah, our life total is going to be plummeting. Okay, that's a good draw. Ah, brutal. Ah, well, that's, yeah. That's Moto just making sure that, I'm not going to get a trophy. Oh, you think this was a good matchup, did ya? We'll see how you think about all these lands. And we'll give your opponent Electrickery, too. Whoa. Oh, we're going to bounce that fountain. It's the Radiant Yo-Yo. Wow, all the way down to 11. Opponent still has 3 cards in hand with their 2 alchemists. Way to bring it back, opponent. Of course, it all started with Electrickery. Perfect draw. Oh, just the most lands. Lands for days. The book, yes, that is exactly how you do it. Searing Blaze. Ah, we gave them the creature to kill us. Oh, no, it was only 1 damage. Still dead. Who knows? Maybe I could play my Radiant Fountain and something will happen. Nothing's going to happen. Dead to absolutely everything. There's the bolt. Wow. Wow. Not a huge fan of this hand. Really don't like this hand. We're going to have to keep this one. Get rid of Silverflame and Unicorn. Mirror match! Let's go! It's going to be so many sisters. It's going to be sisters for days. Just the most sisters. We got stepsisters. We got cousins. No attacks. Oh, they found their second land. But we get to play the first unicorn. Time is the time is the actual enemy. Pass. Oh no, they have the journey. Bye-bye, unicorn. I mean, Moto was obviously hating on us pretty hard after that last match, so I don't know why exactly, but kind of feel like I'm being punished for something. Do we bother attacking in with Thraben? I mean, the Thraben's holding back both of their sisters single-handedly. Okay. We have a target for our journey now. My deck gains the most life. Attack with flyers. And now they get flyers. Yeehaw! How's our clock? Ugh, we're not doing good. But the Suture Priest is gonna fix everything, right? Right? So the Thraben is single-handedly keeping back all of their sisters. Thraben is a wonderful blocker. Is 1 point coming in really going to matter? Frederick Gordon, thanks for the follow, friend. We did play a second Thraben. The Green Warden. Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure. Essence Warden. I'm pretty sure Elves plays it. Oops. Oh, that was my fault. Lost a bunch of time there. Because I gotta put my triggers onto the stack. Yeah, this is kind of abysmal. Usually I'm actually a fan of mirror matches, but this one is going to be, a slog. Alright, we're almost even on time now. I'm actually going to hit 5 here so that I can get an auto yield going on this Suture Priest. Always yes. Always yield. Okay. Got my yield set up again. Always yes. Always yield. Just triggers for days. $57 to $43. Let's go. What's white bordered? Oh, the opponent's lands are white bordered. Ninth. Ooh. Oh, we don't have the mana to cast it. We're off by 1. Just pass. I usually go Tempest for my basics. Anyways, for my forests and my swamps, definitely Tempest. For my mountains, I like Mirage. Oh, Celestial Unicorn? Choices. I think we go for the Ritual. Just a big smack. And they still have 47 life. Suture Priest. Does it matter if we play Priest first? I think we play Unicorn first, and then we get way more life, right? Unicorn first makes it bigger. We like the bigger unicorn. Always yield to the unicorn. Play Suture Priest. And attack with everything except for Benevolent Bodyguard. Let's go Unicorn. 9-8. Attack with all, pull back the Bodyguard. Looks like they just drew land. Non-land. Nice. It's going to make our unicorn even larger. Always yes. Attack all, hold back the Bodyguard. If they wanted to block with a sister, they have to trade 2 creatures for it. So I'm fine with trading one of my sisters for 2 of theirs. Okay, so we managed to win the first game. We're going to bring in Thread, which is going to make our creatures tougher than theirs. That's the hope. We could also bring in Prismatic Strands, prevent all white damage. Unfortunately, Sunlance specifically says do 3 damage to a non-white creature. So that just isn't going to work for us. Our artifact destruction spells aren't really going to work for us. We could, like, fragmentize clues, but I think it's just better to be working with the deck that we have. Because, like, fragmentize is going to maybe hit their Thread if they have it. Oh, we can blow up Journey. You're right. So the Fragmentize are actually pretty good. That is a lot of cards, though. What do we take out in this matchup? We need to keep the Soul's Journey for their unicorns. Do we take out maybe the Bodyguard? It was doing pretty good work that last game to keep our unicorn on the table. Alright, so we're going to take out the Suture Priest. We'll keep our Journey to Nowheres for their unicorns, Fragmentize for their journeys, and the Lumithread Field to make our creatures good at blocking theirs, or good at attacking. It doesn't really help the attacking too much. Suture Priest seems good considering they also flood the board. That's true. We wouldn't really be able to bring in too many, though. Basically, just we can bring in the one. Seems fine. We're a minute behind on time. But still a lot of time on both of our clocks. Oh, okay. Their hand's a little bit awkward. Well, our hand is a little bit awkward too. Always yes, always yield. Yeah, I'm going to attack here. I think we're going to get the damage in. They're not going to block this. They want to keep their Soul Warden to play a Unicorn this turn would be my guess. Yep. Unfortunately, we do not have the answer to the Unicorn in hand yet. So that is going to be a problem. No land, so I think we probably Squadron Hawk. We could try and draw a card to hit a land. I don't think that's very good odds. Let's pull through a couple cards out of our deck. We're only going to want to grab 2. We're probably going to take a hit from the Unicorn this turn. So they just summon their Squadron. Now they got an 8/7 coming in. We'll take that once. Journey to Nowhere. What a draw. We're just going to hit 6 here. We're still a minute behind on the clock. Got to try and make that time up if we can. I'm going to block one of their Squadron Hawks. Knock it out of the sky. Get a land. Very nice. So I'm thinking Soul's Attendant, Squadron Hawk here. The book, How Do I Choose Decks for Pauper? Sometimes it is by a whim. Sometimes I'm looking at what's good on MTG Goldfish. Sometimes someone will make a request, and I'll be like, actually, I would really like to play that deck. And sometimes my opponent will have a really cool deck, and I'll be like, yeah, I want to play that. So, you know, a lot of different things. Ooh, double Suture Priest. Sometimes it's just a really cool deck from a recent challenge. That's right, Blind. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I think I didn't give enough respect to the Suture Priest when I was considering my boarding. It's doing quite a bit of work to keep us from gaining the lives. I want to go Priest of Ancient Lore, I think. I think that's just going to use our mana most effectively. And maybe if we're lucky, we can draw a card. Or, sorry, a land. We are still a little bit land screwed here. If we could get the Karoo land, that would be perfect. No luck. Alright, we'll pass turn. The book, you can send me a link, and I can take a look at it and post it later. It's set up so that you can't just post links. You gotta be like VIP or whatever. They got the field. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at that after the game. So we have something for our Fragmentize to do. That's pretty exciting. Got to get those auto yields going. We're gaining on time, though. Ooh, opponents got their own Fragmentize for our journey, so they get their Unicorn back. Alright, we're looking for another Journey to Nowhere. A unicorn is scary. No luck. Yeah, we got blocks for days. But, you know, like, every time we're losing a creature, that's not good. I think it might actually come up this game, because I think we're going to want another chump blocker. I don't think there's any Hawks left in the deck. Wow. So many triggers. Oh. For some reason, we don't have yes set on those Suture Priests. Because it's the opponent's turn. We've already hit F6. So we're not going to be able to do our yield things. Yeah, making our creatures into slightly bigger critters are probably better, so we can block their ones effectively. Yeah, I'll block your 2021. Damn! That is big. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Kelder. We can start blocking their critters this way. Oh no, they got one free attack with their unicorn because of that bodyguard, if they want it. Okay, they're letting us block. Block with Priest. Hey, unicorn of our very own. They don't have anything we want to fragmentize, so we'll just hit 6. But our unicorn is so much smaller than theirs. Block with a hawk. And Battle Screech. Maximum triggers. Just the most triggers. Yes. Now who's attacking for big damage? It's both of us. Yeah, Silverflame Ritual is going to be pretty good, but it's still super scary. Their unicorn is currently at 30, but it's still growing. So it's a 33. Not yet. It's going to be hard to one-shot us, because every time this thing grows, we're also gaining life. I was really hoping for a good thing there, but we did not get one. Let's see here. So we have enough mana to crack the clue and still use the ritual. Okay. Our creatures all have vigilance, so let's attack all. I don't know if I want to attack with my sisters. Because what if they start trading their birds for my sisters? I don't know, I think it was pretty close. What do we get? Ah, another land. Unfortunate. Okay, so we get to smash in with everything, except for the unicorn, do significant damage. But that's all of our Silverflame Rituals. We don't have any more. Okay, be ready for with the 3 key here. Okay, I think that's all set. If only Fragmentize had cycling. Get ready for our triggers. Yeah, Journey's not going to work because of the bodyguard. You're right. All right, get ready with the 3s. Okay. We're about a minute behind again. Come in with a unicorn. We'll block with a bird. Yeah. Unicorn is still too big. It's a 52-51, chat. Ooh. Unicorn is a draw. If 1 unicorn is good, 2 must be better. Yeah, we got to keep at least something back to block the unicorn. If they can get a unicorn hit in, then the second time it's GG. All right. Battle Screech off the top. I guess we're going to morph this. Morph seems pretty good here. Get the creature, and then we can turn it into the effect if we want to. Yeah, Battle Screech would be the perfect draw. Getting close on clock again. But this whole match has been kind of like yo-yoing like that. Back and forth on clock. Yeah, you can morph at any time. Anytime you have priority. It doesn't quite work like concessions, which don't use the stack. But even if you couldn't normally do another thing, you can morph. Critter, critter, critter. Let's get a Screech. Oh, why is it stopping on my upkeep? That's a weird place for a stop. Ah, get a land. That's unfortunate. Hold back the bird. Robin Hood says I gotta play Modern Soul Sisters now. Oh no, the Journey to Nowhere on our Unicorn. Bye-bye, Giant. Why didn't you just take our bird? Journey to Nowhere, our bird, you win. Alright, whatever. Far from me to tell you how to play the game. I turned off all these auto yields earlier so I could do a thing. So now I got to do them all again. Yay! That's going to take a bit of time off our clock. But it would be good to get these things set up. Another journey. Get rid of our unicorn again. Yep. This time going for the smaller untapped one. There's definitely something suspect going on with the opponent's choices. Welcome to my nightmare. This is game 2, by the way. That is the hope. We got to be pretty cognizant of our time in order to do that. We are still down on clock, but we should be able to make up this time as the opponent tries to win this game. Yeah, if your time runs out, you lose. Hey there, Chuck. Thanks for the luck. Alright, what does the Monkey Paw give us off the top? Thraben Inspector, let's go. They gotta spend all that time to put their triggers onto the thing. I think most of our triggers should be set. We have definitely been F6ing to save seconds whenever we can. But we're still playing a game here. We're still looking for cards to play. And this also means that I'm not looking at the chat as much as I would like to, because I'm trying to keep this as quick as possible. Looks like we're going to be ahead on clock. Ooh, did I just lose 9 seconds out of nowhere? Attack with all, hold back, nothing. We got 2 fresh blockers off the top. We'll hit F6 for the rest of this turn and for the opponent's turn too. Okay, good draw. It gets rid of the Benevolent Bodyguard anyway. So that's a pretty big win, actually. Getting rid of the Bodyguard. Hold back this. Oh, we put them down to 1 with this attack? Oh, they make a morph. They get a creature. I mean, we did this exact same thing earlier. Pretty cool. We've already hit 6, so let's get the 3 button ready. And opponent scoops. Yeah, so they were down on clock there, and we had a really good board. So they had decided to pack it in. What an abysmal... Oh, Battle Screech was our next card. Oh, I see. Lost to the... That's right, because our Suture Priest goes onto the stack after all of the opponent's things, so they're not going to gain the life from their Soul Warden before the Suture Priest drains the life from them. So, yeah, that's something that I noticed earlier in the match and then forgot about. Active player, non-active player, that's right. Learn the rules. It'll do you good. This hand looks great, we'll keep. Alright, Rich, well, stay tuned. There's definitely Modern incoming. We're going to be playing some Hammer Time tomorrow, if you're into that kind of thing. I play Modern on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Oh, Mountain. Is this another burn deck? It is. We're facing 2 burn decks today with the Soul Sisters. Always yes, always yield. I mean, this is the original art for Chain Lightning, right? So you have to go way back in time. Original Chain Lightnings were from like the original years of Magic, but they do exist. All right, we're going to sacrifice our Bodyguard to save the Soul's Attendant here. So I own the cards that I play with in paper, and I do rentals for most of the decks that I play online. I use Card Hoarder. Highly recommend card rental for anybody that plays online. Okay, we're going to play the Secluded Steppe so that we can play the Priest of the Ancient Lore guaranteed next turn. Okay, Chain Lightning killing our critter. That means it's not going at our face, so that's gaining us a bit of life in itself. Battle Screech is a fine draw. Let's see if we draw land with the Priest. Oh, Thraben Inspector, pass back. Gonna lose $50 on old Chain Lightnings. Yeah, you gotta pay premium price if you want the original cardboards. Chain Lightning is definitely, you know, like it's been reprinted a few times, so at least you have that to potentially bring down the price on the originals. But yeah, you're still going to be looking to spend a ton of money if you want cards from the original years of Magic. You going to attack with that? Because I'm going to block. No shit, $5 a piece. That seems like a really good price for OG Chain Lightnings at any point in time. Not bad, not bad. So we can use this to cycle this. I think it will probably go Thraben Inspector, crack Clue, and then put this to hand. Yeah, it's just more efficient mana usage that way. Oh, Radiant Fountain? I think we just play Radiant Fountain, gain the life immediately. And then we can return the Radiant Fountain with this. I'm more interested in gaining life. The opponent has no alchemists, thermal alchemists. So they're not doing maximum damage yet. We have the journeys when they do play them. So this is looking pretty good so far. I think we have to let this hit us. We need the extra creature for the Battle Screech. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we have one extra mana. I think like we could Journey or we could Battle Screech. I think we go Journey, return Radiant Fountain this turn. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have Smash to Smithereens in the main, but yeah, I don't think they would bring that in against us. They would have Force Smash to Smithereens in the 75, though, guaranteed. Alright, so Journey to Nowhere Battle Screech is the play. And that gives us a clock. Hopefully not in the main. Oh my. They're just going right for the Fire Blast to the face. Here's a Needle Drop. Lava Spike. Damn, we're down to 4. Life, please. I mean, that's a pretty good draw. Halves the clock. Chatterstorm on Moto is everywhere, yes. I think that actually wins us the game. The Silverflame Ritual. I think it's guaranteed now. Nice. So these burn matchups are a lot harder than I was giving them credit for. So let's see, we're going to want to bring in Sunlance. We're going to keep the Journey to Nowheres, all of them. Probably take out Suture Priest. No, because that's another source of life. We don't want to take out sources of life. Lumithread, yep. Lumithread is against Electrickery. We also used it last match in order to make our creatures bigger than our opponents. But mostly I think it's versus Electrickery. Strands is good versus Fling Atog. It's also good versus extremely aggressive decks. We can use it versus Chatterstorm to act like a 2-turn fog. Don't need the big beater that is Unicorn? Probably not. Well, we have the unicorns, but we still need to cut 3 more cards if we're going to bring in the strands. This is a lot of removal, but I think that's fair. We got to kill their creatures when we see them. I take out 1 Suture Priest, 1 Silverflame, and 1 Battle Screech. It's not that Journey hits something that Sunlance doesn't, it's that I want to have more removal spells, so that when they play a, oh geez. I've said it so many times, and now the name just totally isn't coming to mind. The 2-mana creature that taps to do a damage. Thermal Alchemist. Keep this. We're on the draw. Hopefully we can draw some more lands, but we got a bunch of Soul Sisters to start. Exactly, the Alchemist. Oh, draw planes. Nice. Alright, let's start with Soul Warden. They have a Searing Blaze to answer it. Too bad. No life from that Soul Warden. Alright, let's play another Soul Warden and Thraben Inspector. Okay, so we got 2 critters on the battlefield. 1 is a sister. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. Okay, well they're continuing to use their spells against our critters, so that's a good sign. And we get Battle Screech, so we could play Suture Priest or we could play Squadron Hawk. I'm leaning towards Suture Priest, honestly. We've been trying pretty hard to get these sisters on the battlefield, and the opponent has been removing them every time. So if they continue to throw lightning bolts and whatnot at our sisters, then they're not going at our face. And that means the sisters are gaining us quite a bit of life every time. Oh, Martyr of Ashes. That is a really good one for them. But we have Sunlance to get rid of it, so they'll only be able to kill our 2. And we'll start with an attack. Nice, get some damage in. Sunlance. So they're going to show us 2 cards out of their hand. And they get a 3-for-1, which is quite good for them, obviously. Pyroblast. They brought in Pyroblast? Was that a misclick? Like, why would they have this? Oh, I know. If they have cards that are just no good, which doesn't make very much sense. I don't understand why they would have cards that are no good. Another Martyr. They can actually use the Pyroblast to untap their Alchemists. Yeah, always castable for their Thermo, exactly. Attack with Priest. I kind of like play Thraben Inspector. Could just play the field. But if we play Thraben Inspector, we get to crack a clue. I think we crack a clue, and if we draw land, then we can play field. And if we don't draw land, I'll just play Inspector. Oh, Journey. Maybe I don't play Inspector. We can Journey the Martyr to Ashes. Then we only lose the Priest. Hi. Taste my hammer. Martyr doesn't kill Hawk. You're right. Like the Krark Clan Shaman, Martyr doesn't kill creatures with flying. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. If that's the case, do we even need to play the Journey? If we're just going to play Squadron Hawks? And they don't die to Martyr. So let's see here. We'll get... we can actually get all 3 because we're going to play another one. You're right. I should have played Lumithread. That's my mistake. You're right. We should have played Lumithread. I was not thinking of Electrickery because we saw the Martyr of Ashes. But they could have both. Oh, thank you for bringing it up. Radiant Fountain, nice draw. Kind of like Field and Priest. Maybe we just play another Hawk. I'm going to play the Field here. If they have Electrickery, they'll play it out. There's going to be Martyr of Ashes here. Show us Pyroblast and Lightning Bolt again. Kills the Priest. Now we can play Priest. Gain a life, draw a card. Another Battle Screech. Where are the sisters? We had a good start with 3 sisters. We haven't seen any since. There's one. I mean, they brought in Martyr of Ashes, they brought in Pyroblast. Ooh, that sounds awful, the book. I'll talk to you later. There's the bolt on the Soul's Attendant, so we only get the 2 birds this turn. But that's a bolt that didn't go for our face. Sisters doing work. So we've had 4 sisters that have been killed. Only one of them was with a Searing Blaze. So sisters have prevented 9 damage. They could kill us. We're at 9. Triple bolt or double bolt fire blast. Oh wait, no, we know they have we know they have pyroblast. So yeah, they're dead. Screeves, welcome back. Nice to see ya. Yeah, I was just I was looking like how many cards they had in hand, how much mana they had, how much life I had, and if we didn't pay attention to the Pyroblast, they could have had lethal, but they had Pyroblast in hand. Alright, so we got a 1-land hand, we're on the draw, we got double Warden, but we've got some very expensive cards in our hand. I'm leaning towards mulliganing this one. This one is 2 land heavy, but we're gonna keep it. We got a step we can cycle. So effectively it's 3 lands. Okay, we're up against Chatterstorm. We need to draw Suture Priest. Let's start with Soul Warden. Soul Warden does make it a little bit more difficult for the opponent to kill us. But we really need the Suture Priest to close it out. Oh, I remember the Looter Scooter. Where, what was it? Someone wanted to activate the Looter Scooter and put their creature had like a triggered ability. Target creature gets like +3/+0 or something. But like the ability triggered before they had activated the Looter Scooter, so they weren't able to like grow it, but they were still able to activate it. All right, I'm discussing these past Magic events while my opponent is trying to play a Magic game with me right now in front of me. So let's hit F6 and let the opponent do their thing. I tell you, if someone played Paper Magic the way I play Moto, I would not be happy. As they're like constantly turning around to, you know, like a bunch of people in chat. What do you think about this move this person has made? Kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Ooh, that's a good one. I hope they don't have this card. Solid. Okay, so they're going for the early Chatter, which gives us a bunch of life, but they're going to be able to kill us in only a few turns. So I think this game is probably won by the opponent. Thoughts on Tortured Existence as a Pauper deck? I love it. I don't think it's any good. Currently. But then again, I don't know, like maybe you could do something with Spore Frog so that you can just prevent the damage every turn from the opponent's squirrels. Should have attacked there. Alright, we're going to double block, kill one of their squirrels. Take 10, go to 7. Well, it's good that WotC can learn from previous angle shooting and update their rules to be more fair. They see that somebody's been taking advantage, and they say, that's not right. Let's fix it. So this is 10 damage coming in. We're going up to 8 if we play a creature. And we have to chump. Ugh, this is pretty abysmal. Yeah, no way to win at this point. Alright, so what do we want to bring in against Storm? We want to bring in Prismatic Strands, and I think that's it. Maybe we bring in Fragmentize. Let's see what we take out. Oops, return to game. I want to go to display pile view. Okay, so Suture Priest's super important. Silverflame Ritual is kind of meh. Like, we're really looking at what we can do to survive, which is Strands and Priest. Okay, so Journey is actually bad. Like, we don't want any Journey, so we can keep these. And I think we can actually take out Bodyguard. The thing is, what are we bringing in, right? Like, we're bringing in the Strands. So we're like Fragmentize better than Bodyguard, because Bodyguard is a body. It gains us life. Yeah, the fields actually seems pretty good. We're going to want both the fields. For sure, for sure. So maybe we just take out all the Journey, keep the Bodyguards, keep the Strands and Fields. Sunlance isn't really good. I don't really think Fragmentize is where we want to be. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to stick with. I would rather have the bodies of the Bodyguard so that we can gain life as they enter the battlefield. Suture Priest. No Suture Priest. Don't think we want to keep this one. I would be fine with keeping this hand versus most decks, as awkward as it is, but against the current opponent, I'm not interested. Really looking for Suture Priest. We have a 1-land hand, but we're going to keep this. We'll get rid of one of our Squadron Hawks. And hope that we draw land. Opponent kept 7, so like they kept a good hand. We really just need to get lucky and draw the land off the top. No luck. Okay, we'll play Soul Warden. And attack. Okay, opponent's passing back. Oh, we don't find land. Unfortunate. We missed twice. Opponent gave us a chance. They gave us a turn 3 to play the Suture Priest, but we were not able to capitalize. Oh. Automod caught something you said there, the book. Because of, you spelled clan like a white supremacist would. I don't know that, like, Kark clan is spelled the other way, right? Yeah. We miss on land again. Opponent is giving us all these chances, and we just cannot find the land. We've done enough damage that Suture Priest basically would win the game. Just pass, just pass, just pass. Looks like they're passing. They passed. We didn't draw land. I mean, we kept one land hand. We're getting punished for it. There's only 20 lands in the deck, so only 19 left. This was a risk. We gambled, and I thought, like, I'm satisfied with that keep, even though it's turning out as it is. I think that was the right hand to keep. Echoing Decay, okay, that's no problem. Don't care about that. I care about the other things you could be doing. Oh yeah, Suture Priest time. Let's go. Now you need another removal spell. I think you're right there, Book. We're going to play Celestial Unicorn. Okay. Good position. We have Lethal on board, and we have Suture Priest. We just hit 6 here, and sit back, and hope they don't have removal for Priest. I mean, that definitely helps to grease the wheels, Screeves. When you get egg on your face at a premier event like that. Okay, so Intro to Prophecy is interesting. They didn't get Intro to Annihilation. Ooh, 2 cards on top. Now we got opponent thinking about how they're going to beat Suture Priest. It's not going to be easy, especially since I have the Soul Warden. So every creature they put into play gains me 1 life, makes my unicorn bigger, and drains them 1. So they can only put 6 creatures into play. Their storm count is already 5. So they have to chatter now, or they have to kill the priest. Yeah, speaking briefly about the combat thing, I was always told you have to be very clear about how you're initiating combat. If you wanted to do something in the beginning of combat after your main phase, but before the attack step, you specifically had to say, at the beginning of combat step, I would like to do this. Do you have any responses you would like to do during my main step? You have to be so super clear if you wanted to do anything in this phase in Paper Magic. Yeah, I would even like go even further than that. It would say like before attacks. Okay, so they reveal Intro to Annihilation, so they can get rid of Suture Priest with that. It takes a lot of their mana, but what? They get rid of the Unicorn and not the Suture Priest? Opponent. Oh, it's Weather the Storm. Okay. And a Galvanic Relay. And they have Gut Shot. Damn! Okay, good shot, opponent. Way to go. So they kill the Unicorn so we don't kill them. And now they have Gut Shot for Suture Priest. Wow. They only have one Gut Shot, right? So we could cycle Secluded Steppe, try and find another Suture Priest. No luck. All right. Opponent should be able to win here. It should not be difficult for them. Gutshot the Suture Priest. They got a ton of mana. They have First Day of Class, Manamorphose. Should be easy. As if they hit 0 lands on their relay. Yep. I mean, we were talking about it before. The Galvanic Relay allowing them to reload is really like what holds this deck at such a high level. You could absolutely play this deck without a Galvanic Relay, but why? But then again, like when we first started playing Chatterstorm, people were not playing Relay. It took about a week for people to put Relay in their decks. Well, we still have the Soul Warden, so we're going to gain a bunch of life, but I don't think that's going to matter. Because we don't have any way to get rid of these squirrels once they're on the board. There is a counter spell with Storm. I can never really remember the name of it, but there definitely is. Well, yeah, it's way too slow. 4 mana. The Chatterstorm can win on turn 1 or 2. You need Echoing Truth, Echoing Decay. One of those two cards. Echoing Truth is better. I mean, Pauper does have some of the best rituals in Magic. We haven't really had a way to use them. There's Cycle Storm, which uses rituals, but otherwise, I can't really think of another deck that uses them. Obviously, besides Chatterstorm. Could you imagine all the triggers and like clicking on every storm spell, make sure you get them all? Well, that's more reasonable. At least they got 4 lands on that one. That's a lot of damage. GG, opponent. Okay, well, we have been blocked from getting the trophy once again, but we managed to get all of our play points back. So that's definitely a plus. This deck was actually really cool. We got a little bit unlucky with the loss to Burn, but I think we learned something and we're able to do much better in the second match versus Burn. We got unlucky versus the Chatterstorm deck, but we don't exactly have a lot of play versus Chatterstorm. We have Suture Priest, and that's about it. So, difficult matchup. We have a much better matchup versus Affinity, which we actually did not see at all this league, which is kind of surprising. Affinity is one of the most played decks in Pauper, but it seems like people have gotten tired of playing Affinity and Chatterstorm, and they've branched out into other things. So we're starting to see more diversity into the format just because people are... they're just not willing to play Chatterstorm.